The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Over 25 years ago, on September 29th, 1998, we watched a brainy girl with curly hair drop everything to follow a guy she only kind of knew all the way to college. And so began Felicity. My name is Juliette Littman, and I'm a Felicity superfan. Join me, Amanda Foreman, who you may know better as Megan, the roommate, and Greg Grunberg, who you may also know as Sean Blunberg, as the three of us revisit our favorite moments from the show and talk to the people who helped shape it. Listen to Dear Felicity on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
I don't want to be like doing things with my children. I want to be on Candy Crush.
Yeah, fair enough.
Popping candy.
Kia ora, welcome to The Real Pod. My name's Janie. I'm joined by Duncan Grieve and Alex Casey. We're all of the Spin-off and we're here to do a podcast.
Yes, we are, Jane.
How many years has it been now? Like 6 years in and I still haven't managed to nail one single intro.
It is 6 years.
Yeah.
We should be, yeah. There's probably been like a million anniversary. How many episodes have we done? There's no way of actually knowing.
20.
But we lost the original.
We lost the tapes.
We've lost the tapes, and apparently someone has got in the corner said that they've gone back to listen to. Very nice, by the way, that they've done this. Gone back to listen to the TFS pod for season 1, our very first run of recapping The Bachelor NZ, and about 3 episodes in, it just switches to season 2.
Fun.
It's a medley, mixtape.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is your real life in New Zealand and reality TV recap podcast. If you'd like to join chat in the Real Pod Corner, please feel free to do so. Facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. Why are you laughing at me?
I feel like the phrasing was off.
My phrasing was off.
No, I think there was like a join chat in the corner. It was just.
I'm sorry.
It was delightfully hokey.
Okay, I feel like I really need to run a disclaimer for this podcast. I'm very tired and I'm like discombobulated and all that sorts. It's almost like I've lost my head.
Explain the reference to me.
Okay. I was waiting for Alex to pick it up, but she didn't. She's just fondling.
I'm just gently rotating Pav's head in the middle of the Real Pod desk.
What do you mean, Pav's head, Alex?
Well, the Pav is here. The Pav is here at the Spin-off, and it may never go back to its Pav home.
I would love it if this became the by far the largest exhibit in the Real Pod Museum.
Can we keep it? Like, is anyone asking for it back?
Why don't we
I
just?
think we had it for the weekend, but I haven't heard.
Well,
about
it's no longer the weekend.
It's big. It's really big.
It is massive, and we'd have to get some sort of like taxidermy on the Pav to get it to stand upright. But it'd be a great. It'd be big.
I disagree that we need to get it taxidermied. I think we should keep it as a costume, as basically as a mascot of sorts. Whenever there's a Spin-off event, Pav's there, you know?
Waving a tiny hand.
I see. So you could just have the head in the museum and the torso stashed somewhere else.
Well, I mean, we don't have a museum as such yet, so until that time comes,
we've
got the top of a cupboard.
On top of the cupboard.
We can use a mannequin for it to be displayed in the museum, and then just whip it off.
True.
You know, whip it off for events. Anyway, let's have some real news. Cool how I threw the real news and I don't have any news.
Well, I would just like to talk a little bit more about the Pav.
Please do.
If we can. There's a story about it on the Spin-off today, written by Sam Brooks, who wore the Pav costume for an afternoon and just kind of saw how it felt, how it changed his life. But the most exciting thing was that he was full paving out in the office, staring out the window. Who walked past? But Mike McRoberts himself.
I'm sorry, do you mean Mike McRuffy?
Mike McRuffy. Mike McOrange Ruffy going to a meeting at Kind, dressed in a tracksuit.
What?
Like a grey tracksuit.
That's such
full
matching his hair.
But like the tops and the bottoms matching.
I'm almost certain. We did actually. The craziest thing was Sam was getting his photos taken at the time, and he didn't realise Mike was there yet, and Mike is in the background of the pictures on the street.
Oh, I mean, it would have been so good if we'd done a full office-wide Ruffy chant and got him to look up at Pav.
It was all too much. Like, it was just a very carnival atmosphere on the Friday. Everyone was going slightly insane. It was about to be the Voyagers, Mike McRoberts, Pav. It was all too much. So I chased Mike McRoberts down onto the street, but he'd already started his meeting at Kind, so I didn't want to make a scene.
Can I just say, I was just messaging Tina, who's actually not, John's recording with us today, and Tina's out in the office, and I'm looking at your coffees, and I just messaged her to say, any chance you could make me a coffee, but I spelt it Coughy, like Ruffy. Anyway. She hasn't replied. Another, have you done, or are we
No,
still?
I would also
confused.
just like to say that we did a sweep of the Pav for hair and skin.
You did a DNA sweep.
Because the Pav, I think, is the last mystery left on Earth. Nothing. They cleaned it out. They cleaned it out. There was nothing for us to send to the lab.
When you
Okay,
say we did a sweep, like, how what are your
Eyes.
qualifications?
Put my eyes in there.
I'm going to put it on. Can you just pass it over?
It's not okay.
Oh, my
Because
God.
Put it on. Put it on.
Because it's quite. I did try it on already. It doesn't
So-
smell great. Do I sound
So
different?
you look through the mouth.
I'm looking through the mouth.
Yeah. You look fantastic.
It smells. It doesn't smell like gross of sweat or anything. It smells like.
Does it smell like a
materials.
Real Housewife, potentially?
No, but it does. It is small. It is quite small.
It is small. And the costume is small. The skirt, which I only just figured out, is supposed to be a cake stand.
Yes. Oh,
News to me.
Oh, because it's sort of trumpety shaped at the bottom.
so the
there.
Pav is sitting on atop the skirt. It's incredible costume design.
It really is.
Can
but
you
the
hear
skirt
me?
is very taut.
Can
It's
you,
a very
could I sing through this?
Yeah.
What
do
does-
Sex on Fire.
No, do you know what? I'm going to tell you my theory about who Pav is later. And There's
Okay.
a reason why I'm not going to sing. Anyway, the block is returning. The block NZ.
Yes.
Where's it going to be? Point Chev again.
Do you say it's being repiled because it's got new hosts?
The block is being repiled. It's got 3 new hosts.
I
Can I
don't
just
want-
say you look extremely dishevelled right now, Jane, after taking that off.
Something that happens in that, Mark.
Yeah.
It's like a weird
That's why-
transformation that happens. Life will never be the same.
I think that's why Kings wore the beanie, to keep us shivel.
Spoiler alert. No, joking. It's okay. We all know this podcast comes out ridiculously late after the fact. The block's back. Point Chev, 3 new judges, 4 new teams. Though there was something in something I read that indicated that maybe because of COVID, 1 or more of the teams didn't return after the big COVID break.
Yep.
It was just kind of alluded to. I don't know. So when's that coming back? Do we have a date yet? Probably.
I think June 14th.
June 14th.
is
Oh, God,
also-
that's only 2 weeks away.
There's also Gossip Week, the launch of Gossip Week on the
Perfect.
spin-off.
Oh, good promotional opportunity.
So tune into Gossip Week first on the spin-off all day. Keep
What
your
is
eyes glued.
Gossip Week, just out of
It's
interest?
just a week of content themed around gossip, the good, bad, the ugly in New Zealand.
Doesn't seem like something that listeners of the Real Pod would be interested
No,
in.
I don't think so. I think they actually hate it. I think it's disgusting.
Should be peddling that on When the Facts Change.
Get in touch with me, Alex at the spin-off.
I did
For anything, but mostly gossip.
.co.nz.
So you've got it, you want it, let's talk.
Let's talk.
Hey, also, I just want to tell you, Duncan, that I did tell Bernard Hickey that it's Gossip Week that week too, and see if he can weave something in. And he was like, I do like a challenge.
Wow.
So I can't wait for the
that.
gossip edition of When the Facts Change.
That's great.
We're also toying with the idea of a gossip-themed Real Pod. Are we not?
Is that not
I did not
what
know that.
the Real Pod is?
Interesting.
It's more gas bagging than gossiping.
That's true. That's true. Okay,
No
we'll,
substance.
we'll take a small sidestep to gossip that week. Okay, let's get into Max Key Corner.
Like and subscribe.
Max Key Corner. I know. I know. I'll never forget you.
Subscribe, like and subscribe.
You know that last week we talked about it being Max Key's birthday and that he posted on the internet for the first time in a very long time. And then he bloody, just after the podcast came out, did a big old post that same day, made us look like fools.
It's almost like he's doing it on purpose.
So here's what he said. 26 today and holy shit, I'm getting old. As I'm sure you've noticed, I've taken a massive break from social media. I did this because I realised for the last few years of my life, I'd portrayed this party boy, dropkick version of myself that was actually not an accurate representation of the person I really am. I massively struggled being under the spotlight as I grew up, and I made mistakes a lot of us make in this growing up period of life. The only difference was every time I screwed up, the whole nation got to see. I hated the way I presented myself. It didn't think the nation saw because he posted it.
You put your goldies on Snapchat, man. First mistake.
I hated the way I presented myself and learnt the lessons, blah, 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 blah. Wants to reflect. I'm back at a stage one should be slightly more active in the social media community, aka is there a TV appearance coming up? I'd like to think so. And show you guys a bit of what I've been up to. Spelled UPTO, one word. I've grown up a lot and have matured into more of the kind of person I'm proud of being. Anyway, spiel over. Spiel spelled SPEAL. Just a little thing. But here he is, being extremely relatable on a super yacht, topless, with his Calvin Klein togs on.
Wow.
That party boy image is just gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. Look at him. He's just buttoned down, corporate.
I can relate. What did I agree to there, Jane?
Epic, bro. Fist pump.
I love it when celebrities talk to each other like
incredible.
they're normals.
JJ Feeney said, "You're very mature, Max. I'm impressed. Good on you."
And Manu is locked out of New
Taking it
Zealand.
so seriously. It's great. Do you think Treasure Island, perhaps?
Maybe. Oh, yes, of course, Celebrity Treasure Island.
He's not going to be on the TV.
Why not?
Because he had so many opportunities when he was a young fool to go on the TV and just never took them. And so I just think it's impossible. Like, I think he's...
You think
he's
then or
just
never?
I think it was then or never, yeah.
Do you still think Max Key 2044? Max Key for
I
PM?
also think that might be difficult with his whole goldfish swallowing past. I don't know if the
Although
New
it
Zealand
was
is ready
not
for
him
it.
that swallowed the goldfish, was it?
No, it was his friend.
It was his mate.
He just put it on the internet.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it.
And he shouted at those cyclists.
I heard that was
Remember
quite bad.
That was quite bad, wasn't it?
There were a few things.
That's probably fine.
Surely there's a statute of limitations by the time you get to 2044 and running for PM, is there? I don't know. I haven't looked
Maybe
into
it's
it
kind of
myself.
good that it's all out there. Like, there's nothing to discover.
Isn't there?
Yeah, he does deserve the right to be forgotten.
Okay. Anyway, reality check time.
I have 4 weeks to decide if I'm going to drop my entire philosophy.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is bad. I don't even know.
Reality check.
Okay, The Apprentice. Oh, I feel like this episode wasn't quite.
It was all serious.
It wasn't quite as good.
I loved it.
Cacao.
Oh, that was great. What a great little montage that was. I mean, to be fair, when I say it wasn't as good, I'm talking about the last few episodes being creme de la creme of all reality TV in New Zealand. So this is still a far sight better than a lot of other stuff that's on the telly.
What shifted for me is I noticed I wasn't laughing as much, but I was just suddenly a lot more invested in the journeys. Like, I was like so proud of Ness.
This is your Mayor of Easttown
was
moment with The Apprentice.
I've not seen the last 2 episodes.
Oh my God, you're an idiot. You have to do it.
I'm going to, but I only started watching it like 10 minutes ago. Give me a break.
I know, I'm saying it for your
So
own
angry.
good. I'm saying it for your own good.
I just don't want any spoilers.
Before spoilers.
Wait. Why are you here? How are you going to do this? We need the coffin. Soundproof coffin.
For Mayor of Easttown.
Oh!
We don't recap
I thought you were talking about that you hadn't seen the last 2 episodes of The Apprentice.
No.
I was like, you're in the wrong podcast.
Mate, I do my homework and my due diligence on the reality scene.
I do think, though, that you're on the wrong planet if you want to try and keep out of what's happened on Mayor of Easttown.
I'm going to finish it today.
Okay, you have to do it. All right.
I'm
only thinking of you.
I know, but I don't go on the news sites and I don't go on social media.
Okay.
I'm very protected
Okay, all right.
from the facts.
Okay, you're just in the comment section, aren't you? That's
What
the
about,
most you hang out these days.
when they change? What about then?
I just need Bernard.
Roll the ad.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I should make one.
Parsnip.
Yes, yum, delicious.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that love that for an ice cream. Should we just start at the very beginning? A very good place to start. At like 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
They got a half hour sleep in this week. Headed off to Snow Planet, where they were told they were going to be making artisanal ice cream.
No reason to be at Snow Planet.
No.
Snow Planet's miles away.
So early to fuck with
I'm
your head.
sorry. What's ice cream if not cold? What's cold if not Snow Planet? Okay.
Touche.
I have been
Jane.
involved in making television in the past, and I have to say that the most tenuous of links will find you a location. Like when Brooke Fraser put out her album Albertine, and we interviewed her at Alberton House.
Perfect.
That is incredibly good.
That is New Zealand television. That's how it's done. Ice cream, cold, snow planet. Don't question it.
I was absolutely gobsmacked by the fact about
The New Zealanders being the highest consumers of ice cream in the world.
Oh, no.
per capita.
Run again.
Oh, Jonathan, fix that.
Actually, I think you're right, because in the world would mean that it wasn't per capita, it was just we were just chunking out hard.
I mean, it's possible. We do love our tip top.
I didn't know. I had
do
no
love it.
clue. I was like, ice cream seems fine. It's not even all that, like, it's hot here for about 3 months, some places.
Do you know what I
What's
think
the
it
milk,
is?
of course?
I think it's also that I think we still eat ice cream in winter. Like we'll just be like, we're fucking getting a Movenpick. We're going to stand outside in the freezing cold, line up for 2 hours and get a Movenpick on our date night. And also, it's a classic Kiwi kids dessert as well.
Yeah, we have ice cream Sunday, which means you're allowed
That's
to have an
great.
ice cream on a Sunday. Kids forgot on the Sunday for the first time ever. And
Wow.
there was a real drama on ice cream Monday.
Monday.
They won that negotiation.
Anyway, with these ice creams, they're going to be upselling them with bespoke toppings, and the sales team with the most profits would win. Simple, a nice simple challenge this week.
Challenge.
Team Mana was led by Vanessa, who did not. No, Vanessa did want to. Here I go again.
She really wanted to.
She really wanted to. The other team had a hard time trying to find leaders. Vanessa was really, really into it. Gabriel was her sub. This team just absolutely were like a dream.
Incredible.
They were.
The energy, the synergy.
But it's amazing because Mana were like, when the Mana was very men dominated, they were crazy rubbish. And you just chuck a couple of women in there and they're like flying.
I also liked how Michael just kind of seemed to step back quite a lot because he's the one who's normally all
Out there just botching.
mooting all over the shop.
Was he the one who took his clothes off for the robe thing?
Yes.
Yeah. So they went to an ice cream place, picked up some samples, tried them all, decided to go for dairy-free vanilla and salted butterscotch. Good, safe options. What are you thinking, Duncan?
I mean, I don't know why they I mean, there's this Mana we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I think they did okay. It's crazy to me that they were taste testing dairy free and finding it superior to dairy.
Yeah, I mean
that's not my experience.
It's a testament to Little Lato. Terrific ice cream, by the way.
Is
Crave
it?
around the corner.
Is it?
The lolly cake one is delicious. I did get kind of sad when they were like throughout the taste test and they're like, oh, that was yuck. I was like, it's so sad for this like New Zealand brand.
Oh, that is sad. But I
did they
also
pick
agree with you
parsnip?
that dairy generally is a bit nicer.
Yeah, parsnip. Like I'm a huge parsnip guy. Not
That's weird.
Okay.
like actually, I don't mind any size parsnip. To be clear, I just love a parsnip. Always have. Doesn't seem like it's like a top 10 vegetable. Probably a top 10 starch. But never heard of it in the ice cream context before. I was thrilled to see it make an appearance.
Though they-
Discuss.
They
It's
weren't
like an
keen.
interesting idea.
I think the thing with
Got maple on
parsnip,
parsnip.
the parsnip is not like a hugely strong flavour. So I think if you're doing artisanal and you're trying to be a bit funky and be like, ooh, parsnip and caramel or whatever, then you're not actually going to be getting a ton of the parsnip flavour through.
Yeah, I guess parsnip's more of a texture than a flavour in terms of.
Give it a hoon though, I
No,
reckon.
this is parsnip chat
It is.
on the real pod.
What's the craziest ice cream flavour you've ever eaten? Go.
Oh, God. I don't know. I'm not a crazy person.
You're not a
I mean,
crazy
I'm
person?
definitely a crazy person.
Have you been
but
to
I'm
a
not
little place called Giappo?
No, I have never had a Giappo ice
I'm
cream.
obsessed with that period of time. I think it was probably about 2006, 2007 when Giappo was just going.
I'm sorry, it sounds like a remember when topic. Just keep that to yourself and we'll.
Remember when Giappo was going crazy and had tuna ice cream?
Yeah, that's good. Whoa!
I loved it.
I had tuna craft
flakes.
beer. Oh. It was foul. I spent like $80 on it. It was one of the worst things
I
I've
mean,
ever done.
awful you.
I know, but I was just trying to support local. Never again.
Don't
Was
support
that just a
local.
guy on the corner with like one can of tuna
And a beer.
one big tall can of beer?
Don't support local if it's crap because we don't want to encourage people making crap stuff. It's like when New Zealand Air funds crap music.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just do the good stuff. Okay.
So you had tuna ice cream.
Yeah, they had tuna flake. They used to do everything. Shiitake mushroom ice cream, tuna. And Colin famously had his own. They used to have celebrities design their own ice creams. Did you? No.
No.
Kim Crossman had one.
I think if I had my own ice cream, Alex, I would have had some Giappo before. Okay?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, sorry, God. I didn't mean to rub it
No,
in.
I don't think I've eaten crazy ice cream before. I think I've just eaten like the regular stuff.
Just meat and 2 veg ice cream.
I'm kind of like, I'm down with the vanilla and butterscotch, especially if you're putting stuff on top. I'm like a raspberry swirl or a like caramel chunk kind of a person. I don't know. Mint choc chips, one of my faves. Orange choc chip. So I'm very boring. I'm very vanilla, you could say. Vanilla kinky.
Vanilla kinky. Oh, I miss her.
Anyway, then the whole idea is go to like the Source or one of those bulk buying places and get a bunch of toppings, and voila, you've got yourself an artisanal ice cream option for a market. Team Tahi went for... Well, no one wanted to be leader for a start. Like, no one was putting their hand up.
Bad energy.
I don't know why everyone was being so weird.
It's a good challenge.
It's a great challenge.
I think so
Everyone
too.
loves ice cream.
Sade reluctantly put her hand up, and then Erna reluctantly put her hand up to be sub-team leader. And they wanted to go for a cost-effective option. So they were wanting to go for, originally, this similar to what Team Mana had done, but the flavour team overruled and got 2 times vegan options of raspberry lamington and coconut caramel cashew, which sounds yum, by the way.
It does sound yum.
Both of those sound yum, in fact.
It's a niche, it's a swing, it's...
Coconut caramel cashew. I think there's too many things going on. You drop one.
Caramel cashew.
No,
I'm
into it.
I love them just eating vanilla and being like, blah! This is disgusting. Like Stephen just like reeling in horror.
The thing is, you need a plain base if you're going to put toppings on top. And also when you're at a market, and I don't care how fancy the market is, and this is the fanciest of all markets that they went to, kids are going to want ice creams. And kids aren't going to be into crazy flavours.
Just picking 2 dairy-free, it's just so bold, Stephen.
But it worked with the brand story, someone said.
We need to start saying that out of context a lot more.
Okay, which team was Stephen in?
He was in Tahi.
He was in Tahi. So he was all about there was only one topping that he was interested in.
Cacao.
Cacao?
Cacao.
Cacao.
Have you tried cacao?
We could
Very
put some
bitter.
cacao in.
But it's
cacao?
healthy. It's healthy.
Cacao.
Cacao nibs? Cacao and goji?
I don't know how long they were in that shop for.
Certainly tuckered Stephen out. He had a big old Duncan-style power nap on the right arm.
But it seems like, I'm sure, that cacao was said by one person, Stephen, more times in that shop than has ever been said collectively by anyone in the world.
Google Trends for cacao just absolutely broke the machine.
It's just crazy. It was really nice. Yes, had a lovely snooze in the car, and then we went to the market.
There was also Team Mana bought all that muesli.
Oh yeah, they're going to make a breakfast bowl,
which I love. Ice cream, muesli, that's breakfast.
It's a bargain, is what it is.
And also, I feel like when you're eating it, you'd look down and see the muesli and feel like
healthy.
You're a good, healthy person. Underneath, your guilt-free topping and your hefty dose of guilt underneath. It's great.
So at the market, they had to choose their stands where they were going to be placed. There was a mid-food area placement and an entryway placement, and both teams wanted different ones, which was great, nice and harmonious. Where would you have gone for?
I would have gone to the entrance.
I would always go for the entrance.
I would always go for the entrance.
This makes sense, right? Like you're capturing people as they walk in before they've been distracted by anything else, and even if they don't buy on the way in, it's in their mind. They'll buy on the way out. They'll get one to keep the kids happy. Anyway, the other team thought, oh well, while they're full of food, perhaps they'll want an ice cream afterwards. No, bad call, but also bad team.
Just a terrible team. I loved the chemistry. Erna's amazing, candid.
Oh, yes.
It's like, Stephen's fucking gluten-free, dairy-free shit.
It's so good.
She's the money lady.
Yeah.
But also she was the leader in that moment. She was the sub-leader, right?
No, but she wanted to do some sub-leading from the back.
From the back. Yeah. So many.
I mean,
Double entendre. Oh, let's go.
Stephen was having a lovely time. Okay, first of all, he got to say his favourite word 1,000 times. Then he got to have a lovely snooze. And then he just got to pet dogs at the market.
So distracted.
He was so distracted. He's like a little puppy himself.
Stephen. I also loved slightly earlier when they were deciding the flavours and he wrote them down in huge numbers on a big pieces of paper and held them up and went, how do we feel? How do we feel? And it was just like, but the camera just stayed on him like for ages. I love Stephen.
Also, he decided that he might be able to sell more ice creams if he let his hair down and put on a hat, a novelty hat.
I would worry that his hair would get in the ice cream.
At this point, though, he's selling. He's not really serving, you know?
He's with the people.
He's with the people where he belongs and the dogs.
I was kind of surprised by how long his hair was.
Me too.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That bun is...
I know, it must be quite thin here to make a little bun, because it comes together in quite a little bun. But I think it's great. It's got both the element of surprise, you know?
Yeah.
Cacao.
Also, Una bloody threw Sade under the bus, didn't she? She tried to arrange a little takedown with Olivia.
She did, yeah. Which, like, just seeing a little bit of Survivor-style chicanery was real fun.
Who can tell me what price Tahi put their ice creams at?
Like, all the prices.
I feel like at
the
first
answer.
it was like $20 for one, and then they panicked and were like, 2 for $1, $8, free topping, free topping.
But it was also like it's $7.50 for one, or 2 for $1, $8.90. Like, pricing structure was all over their funny little shop.
And then also Stephen was giving people free toppings just exactly when Sade was selling something with a topping priced, and then they were or he was doing 2 for $1s when she just sold 2 things.
It was
and was just doing that money handover. 2 for 2. Their starting prices were $8 plus $1.50.
I thought it was $8.90.
I don't know.
Honestly,
no,
they sold everything for every price.
Just crazy. And then the other team did like a tidy five and $7.50 for a breakfast bowl. So a breakfast bowl cheaper than just one scoop of ice cream at the other team stand.
It was so good. And they had testers and they had, when Ness went and did that like fork swap.
Oh my God, the fork
was incredible.
And then they started selling their toppings at the end. They went round the stalls and like sold their bloody 20 grams of muesli.
They were just a machine. I think Ness is going to win the whole thing. That's my pick. She's just
It was cool to see
good.
her just like do her balloon work.
Yeah, I appreciated the balloon work as well.
And I liked when it looked sharp and someone was like told her that Tahi were going to try balloons, and she's like, good luck. It's like, she is the balloon lady.
She is an event organiser. She organised an event of winning proportions. Team Mana took out the challenge with making $509, I think it was, profit, something around that. And they won a lovely high tea for their efforts. And Team Tahi made $342.
Got monstered.
I mean, it's not. Think about that split between the number of people and how much work they put in. It's not. I mean, I'm not suggesting anyone take up a market stall, ice cream market stall anytime soon.
I think it's okay if you don't have like 6 people. One of them was on dogs, I feel like if you just had 2 people working, you'd be fine.
Also, probably you don't want to be at a market where there's another ice cream stand.
Yeah, that's right. Especially not a heaps better run one right at the entrance.
Once Team Tahi realised that they are going into the boardroom, Stephen and Olivia get into this massive argument about whose idea it was to offer market holders a discount. Do you remember that? There's like just a very childish back and forth.
As if that was like their strength. Like, I don't even think they made much money off the other storekeepers or anything.
And then
intellectual property though.
Stephen says that's untrustworthy. I don't like it at all.
I didn't like when he's like, please let me finish. Please. It was so I don't know.
Didn't he attribute the phrase "she's such a fucking bitch" to Liv at one point as well?
Oh,
yes, he did.
There was just a lot of skullduggery.
Yeah.
It showed you the difference between like the well-run machine team with its huge profits and just the bad energy over at Tahi.
Yeah, you can see why Sade felt undermined. Her words, not mine. You guys are both looking at me like,
oh no,
Jane's
she really is tired.
Sade says that she's heard that Una tried to form an alliance with Liv. Una denies it.
Just
absolutely denies it. And as such, Sade takes Una and Stephen into the elimination. Stephen felt like he was the glue in the team. I mean, I don't even think the team was glued together. So being the glue in the team, it was like you did. If you were the glue in the team, you did a very bad job. Not sticky enough. He also said it sucks that I kind of get where he's coming from in this bit, where he said it sucks that he brings up ideas. Sometimes they're not the best, but at least he's bringing up ideas. You know,
That's true.
Whereas others are not even suggesting anything.
He does have a puppy-like quality to him,
He
and
really
enthusiasm, which is probably why connected so strongly with those
His
dogs.
furry friends.
Una says that Sade is arrogant, and Cassie bails Una up and says, "Is that because she's a woman? She's been called aggressive." Assertive. Aggressive instead of assertive, or something like that.
I thought it was cool that Cassie kind of brought up that strong women are painted with this brush.
I do too. But she did also quite a nice job of explaining the difference, and then decided that Sade was the bad one, the bad version, and she got fired. I didn't even see the hand. What happened?
It was
the stab point.
another jab.
Yeah, right. And then Mike challenges on their way out. This was interesting. Mike challenged Una and Stephen. He wants to see them to take a leader role.
I'm so excited, Stephen, for leader
Stephen
next week.
is leader. That will
He's
be
got to do it.
chaos.
What's the challenge next week? Hair care product.
Oh,
It's
great.
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Stephen's got hair.
He's got so much-
Thickening
And much more than we
product.
thought. And at the same time, less. It's going to be pretty awkward between Una and Olivia as well next week, so I'm looking forward to that.
Great show. Also, I think Mike Pero, quite scary in the boardroom. He's kind of wooden, but I think that's sort of freaky. Like, it's robotic. And
Yeah, he's very robotic. He's actually not in the show very much at all, is
no,
he?
he's not.
Well, he's got to go and sell mortgages.
And also, he's got to drive from one end of the country to the other to deliver wine to someone who's just bought a house through his real estate company. That takes a lot of time.
And do like more architecture on in Word docs.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Oh, he's busy.
He's really
Busy man. Okay, we are going to have a stretch, and while we do, we suggest you have a stretch too and listen to this.
Kia ora, Justin Giovanetti here, and I'm the political editor at The Spinoff. This podcast, like so much of the work we do at The Spinoff, is made possible by the support of our members. To find out more about The Spinoff members and how you can help us keep producing quality, independent journalism, visit members.thespinoff.co.nz and do it today.
Welcome back.
That's real Team Tahi energy. Eh?
Instantly gone.
Welcome back.
That's it. Team Mana.
Who is it?
We are going to be talking Masked Singer. We're we're still there physically.
Yeah.
We're not really there emotionally.
The PAV is keeping us alive.
The
I'd say at this
PAV is
point.
definitely keeping us alive. We feel like we've cracked the case with every single other singer. And we just still, the jury's out on the PAV. But let's get into it. Medusa, a.k.a. Joe Cotton for sure, sang Super Lonely on Sunday night. One of her clues was in France, I really hit a high point. What does anyone know?
I don't know what that means.
Did the True Bliss go to number something in France? I don't know.
Why are you asking
I feel
me?
like maybe she went up to the Eiffel Tower one time.
Cotton.
I'm not sure. Anyway, guesses from the guessing panel were Kaylee, Detective Kristen Sims from Brokenwood, because that's big in France apparently.
Yeah, but
No, but that was Reese just being a lol, you know.
yeah, Reese does not care.
He doesn't care. Tammy Nielsen and Aradna. Also, bear in mind that Reese has been living in LA for like a long time now. He's not going to know who half the like current New Zealand celebrities are.
Did you ever live in LA? Just out of,
Oh, funny you should ask. Yes, I did. Actually, when I came back from COVID, I came back on the same plane as Reese and his family. They were...
Was it crack up?
It was super crack up. Yeah, just joke a minute. Joke a minute.
Oh, that's so kind.
Yeah.
I can find nothing about France with Joe Cotton.
Well, maybe
True Bliss.
we're wrong.
Le coton.
Coton?
Josephine.
Tuatara sang Cake by the Ocean.
Tune,
Forgot
by the
how
way.
much
Love
of a tune
it,
that song
love
was. I was
it.
bopping around the kitchen with that one.
It's also just like, what is it?
The song?
Yeah. It's one of the most mysterious artifacts of recent pop music.
I think we should listen to it after this. I've performed for crowds all over the world, which is no ordinary thing. Which is just a title of a song that I've sung before.
I'm just waiting for when it goes, you might think I bought this costume at an
An
op shop.
Do you remember what Op Shop were called before they were called Op Shop?
Are you going to say it's Atlas?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna
because that
say-
was like a spin-off, wasn't it?
No, Atlas was a spin-off.
They had a connection to Op
They had
Shop,
a Z.
right?
They had a Z connection.
I'm
It was
sure
the
they
guy
had
from
Op Shop.
Z.
There was.
Yeah, the guy from Z and his sister or something. Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
maybe there was an Op Shop connection. I don't know, but they used to be called Goldfish Shopping Trolley, GST.
No.
Wow, that's so weird.
That's a great factoid.
Thank you. They also referenced the Babysitter's Circus, which is, remember they had that weird. I
that
don't
the
want to call it a
ringmaster
super group. It was a
Sounds
weird.
like you want to call it a super group.
I don't know what, like a non-super group, whatever. It was a group of people,
band.
group
Just
of
a
musicians,
group.
band. A group of people from bands who got together
Jonathan,
and sang.
what are groups of musicians called?
But not super.
You're the expert.
Yeah, actually, let's tune in. We haven't heard from Jonathan for a while. You mic'd up?
Yep, yeah.
Okay, what would you call a super group that's not that super?
How many members?
Look, only maybe like, oh fuck, I don't know. You put me on the spot
Because
now.
if it's three, I call it a trio. If it's four, I call it a quartet.
Okay, I think the defining thing here is that they are a group of musicians from other bands,
So it's like Fly My Pretties.
like an ensemble. What you call an
There's a
ensemble?
lot of Francais in this part. Really?
Okay, here
Very
we go.
sophisticated.
Okay, here they are. They were the band is made up of Op Shop frontman Jason Kirison and bandmate Tim Skedden, as well as hip hop artists Jamie Greenslade and Selwyn Leaf.
I've not heard of the other
Never
three.
heard of them.
Just heard of.
So what do you call that? What do you call two guys from like a pop rock band and two hip hop artists together?
Underwhelming.
I think it's still. Now we need like some best op shop drama.
Oh, I think we've got it.
So the gossip blog.
Amazing.
Jamboree.
We need a T channel. This is hot.
Don't be jealous, Jonathan, but the band single Everything's Gonna Be Alright was in the New Zealand top 40 for 16 weeks. So
Why do I not know it?
you do know the song,
Yeah,
surely.
we just got whelmed.
We got okay, anyway, so moving on. Sharon guessed Lockie from the Wiggles, Reese guessed Bilbo Baggins / Martin Freeman.
So good.
Moses Mackay for Lady Six and KJ Upper for James. We know it to be Jason Kirison because we're smart and it sounds like him.
What was the Mary Poppins clue about? He said moonlighted as Mary Babysitters.
Oh, yeah. It all comes together.
It does
It all comes together. Monster sang Can't We Just Talk? Grew up in a broken home. Just like a lot of references to having a tough child. Like that's like
Kinda
all
tense, yeah.
they had. That he had a hard childhood and now he's making away in the world and wants
My
to be rich.
queen and my castle.
Yeah.
As a royal.
Yes. Lots of
Still
sort
there.
of monarchy type references.
I think guess it. What are they called? What are they called?
Guessing panel.
The host, the guessing panel. Are they like rubbish? Because you guys seem real good.
I mean, I think they're rubbish, and I think that no, I don't think they're rubbish. I think they're deliberately rubbish. A little bit.
Because they want to. Because if they all just guessed the right thing and just stayed with it the way that you are, it would be
Yeah.
quite a bad show.
Also, I think they shot it all in like 4 hours, like the whole series.
Sure.
And so they don't have access to the internet the way that we do because they're just sitting in that chair for 4 hours guessing things. No, I know it was a quick turnaround. I think a week. They shot over the course of a week, so that's pretty quick. They would have been tired. No, Alex didn't tell me this. Alex is in the crypt.
I don't know if this is like a legal defence though. Like, I'm here.
You're here. I know, but you didn't tell. I actually got this information from
someone
elsewhere.
else. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know, you didn't tell me.
Jane
so
has her sources.
I have my sources.
Secret sources.
I know it's unlike people to share information about things in New Zealand. Everyone knows everyone, but this, I managed to get this out of someone.
I love to listen to the monster sing. I will say that. What a voice. Loved it.
Got bad news for you.
I know. But
You're gonna hate the ending.
I think
That's
that's like a great move for Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
loved
know.
it.
And he's like, I'm not going to sing again. It's like, man, this is like a moment in time. We were all here. Do you remember when Kings sang?
Beautiful.
Remember when? From last week.
The guesses were Scribe, A Real Monster, Jay Williams, and Johnny Tuivasa-Sheck. Jellyfish sang You Don't Owe Me. something about a first impression, which is Matoot's got the first impression right. We know it's Matilda because she took her head off. She took her mask off at the
Took
end.
her whole body off, really. The whole tentacles and all had to come off.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Sort of wearing that weird
and then she just
velvet
was wearing
smock.
like a West Auckland wedding dress. Sorry, West Auckland. Actually, I'm sure they thought it was really nice. Guesses with Suzanne Paul, Danny Minogue, Esther Stevens, and Jamie Curry. It really sounded a lot like Matilda. Again, once you know, you know. You know?
Did you know?
I don't know. Yes, I knew.
We knew.
But we knew. We didn't find out, like, we knew from putting clues together that other people had given us.
She's bloody got some pipes, eh?
Yeah, that's what someone else said too. Pipes. Yeah, good pipes.
And Clint had said, importantly, if that's not a professional singer, I'll wear Speedos.
He actually, what he said is, I'll do the rest of the season in Speedos. And then we really got ripped.
I thought he would at least do the whole show.
He got ripped. Jeepers creepers.
Okay, here's the interesting one. Pavlova sang Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Here are some of the clues that came in. Face the heat, reduce the competition. Very cooking competition terms, right? Know the number to call. Something about like being like watching on your phone and your laptop and your iPad or something about devices. And my competitors are going to be eating humble pie tonight, which is the second reference to pie. Guesses were Niall Williams. Is it Niall? Neil? Rugby player? Kerry McIver, Esther, and Hilary Barry. Where you at?
I was really thrown by all the cooking stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, Alison Gofton? It's Chelsea Winter, but it sounds like someone older. Like, I don't think it's Chelsea Winter.
Yeah, the reason I thought Chelsea Winter was like, there's also a lot of references to sweet things, and I was like, Chelsea Sugar, Chelsea.
Who was on Celebrity Bake Off? No.
Paula Bennett.
Could it be Jackie Van Beek? She was on Celebrity Bake Off.
Oh, she was.
Nah.
Do you know where I got to? Do you want to hear my guess?
Yeah.
Candy Lane.
Well, she's listed in the credits as the dancing instructor.
Oh, well, it's her dancers who dance there. So, I mean, it's like, well, you're here. Pop on a Pav.
Pop on a Pav.
I just think she's petite, and it's like, I know that's a little head because I've been suffocated.
You've got access to
tall.
Well, and I don't think Pav's short particularly, but I mean, she's petite. She's, like you needed to have a small head. She's a petite head. From what I can tell. And also
she has come up in the guesses as well, which I always think is something where they see them elsewhere.
And they've talked about Triple Threat, and she's got she's a TV presenter, she's a dancer, and she also has a fashion line.
But what's the number thing in the broadcast?
I don't
think
know.
it's a
Probably has a phone
you have to
number.
text in. You have text in to Dancing with the Stars. There was Stars references earlier on. Oh, look, I'm shoehorning it. I'm shoehorning it because I'm completely lost.
I don't remember who said it, but who said Kerry Woodham /
Someone
McIver?
guessed Kerry McIver, which I think is a good
I thought
guess.
that before him, but really it's only the number that gives you that, almost nothing else.
What's the number?
Talk back.
Call in for talk back.
Yeah.
I still think it's Louise Wallace. I don't know how it all fits.
They also mentioned the real.
Keeping it real, and the Shortland Street references earlier, and the Australia. She's done some stuff in Australia. She's been a broadcaster. 60 Minutes. She was on 7 p.m.
Can I just float something else? Can I just float someone else for a moment?
Got a floaty out there.
What do you got?
Jane Yee.
Wow.
What do you think?
Got a phone number.
I've got a phone number. Yeah, I've got a phone number. And
You've been to Australia once?
yeah, lots of talk about sweet
Pie?
things. Sweet things. Sweet Jane. Famous song.
Ooh, yeah. Tune as well.
Also, I'm known for baking bread rolls. A lot of baking reference.
People love you big and small.
Yes. Yeah, when I'm big right now and when I used to be smaller, they loved me then too. But most tellingly, keeping it real. Real pod.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. I actually, I know that you're joking.
Do you?
But it kind of freaks me out a bit. Sometimes I don't know. Maybe it is you.
Maybe it's me.
This will be a great double bluff.
The thing is, the
reveal-
person to me, when they talk, they have that slightly Englishy, which makes me think it's an older theatre.
Oh, do you not think I
Unless
can't
you-
do an English
you
accent?
can
Come on then.
Go
Rest
on,
of the
then.
pod and your English
Rest of the
accent.
pod in my lovely English accent.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Right. Let's move on. Let's move on. I've said too much.
Is there a spin-off where it's like the masked funny accent? And they just chat along in a funny accent and you have to guess.
Yes, there is. Absolutely.
Copyright
Who the
with a
person
real
is.
pod. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably do it on the podcast because you don't need to be on the telly, right? We can just do it on the podcast.
Well, yeah, but you need the drama
masked
and
voice.
the theatre.
Sheep sang Blister in the Sun. I don't think this song did the best for the Sheep's voice.
No, I mean, look, I've never liked this song. Always thought it was overrated. And Sheep has an extraordinary voice, and there's no room in
No room for Sheep to really bleat the way that he needs to. He says things like he's going to rule the competition. He's had an honoured career. Something about being pedestrian. I don't know what that's about. Probably something to do with one of his albums or songs. 10 out of 10 performance. Or was that the next one?
That was the
next episode.
Yeah.
Okay, save that clue. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. It's
talk
still
about Ladies'
Troy Kingi.
Guest.
Oh, yes. Ladies' Guest is so good. This is the highlight of this week for me. Okay, so Sharon guessed John O'Pryor, Reese guessed Russell Crowe, James guessed Kieran Reid, Lady Six guessed Brad Cora. Now, Cora are a band. Brad Cora is in Cora, but more importantly, he is a backup singer for LAB.
Just amazing.
What's going on?
Like, I know that
What is
LAB
going
are a
on?
big band and played Spark Arena or whatever, but I'd literally not heard of them until about 10 minutes ago. And now it's all I ever hear about. It seems to be the only band that Lady Six knows.
Can I just say, amazing guerrilla marketing. I don't know if she's secretly managing them or if they've just slipped her some cash, but we all know of LAB now.
And many talented people within.
I know the names of backup singers of LAB.
I don't know any of the front-up singers.
Lisa Tomlinson and Brad Cora. Or Lisa Tomlins. Well, close enough, but that's more than I would have ever known prior to this show.
I don't know
It's
any other backup
fantastic.
singers in any other bands.
There was that clue. Medusa and I have something in common, which I thought was interesting.
I mean, they're both the Masked Singer.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, though. What have they got in common? I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at me like I know
It doesn't
anything
matter.
about
We
the
know
show.
it's Troy Kingi. We know it's Troy
I know,
Kingi from
but
the,
I just
the
I
clues.
want everything
You get to the point where you
clear.
want every clue to make sense, right?
I'm just holding on to the last bit of mystery that maybe we're wrong.
Okay, we're not. Matilda Rice Green is Jelly, and she's fucking 7 months pregnant in that outfit.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
That was the thing that kind of I thought she had her baby already. That's why I was like, because everyone was like, she's pregnant. I must have had it already, and that's how she's able to do it. Must have like a 2-week-old baby at home. Either way, mate, get up on the stage 7 months pregnant. Oh, amazing!
Talented lady.
And props to the wardrobe department for finding an outfit that could cover that too.
Concealing that. She could have maybe been in the Monster.
She could have been in the
Could have been in the
Monster.
Monster.
She had options.
She had options, but no, it's just great. It's good to see her.
Oh, it's
as
so
well,
good to see
you know?
her.
Yeah, and what a singer, as it turns out. Not fair. Okay, Monday night, as you know, Clint lost a bet with Lady Six about Jelly being a professional singer, and so he's going to do this episode in his Speedos. And when he says this, so it went from this season, the rest of the season, to the next show, to just the intro.
Yeah, I think good on him.
What'd you make of the Speedos? Had chocolate fish on them?
Oh, I didn't look that hard at the Speedos. I was looking at the rest.
Whoa. Whoa.
But I like the fact that he fronted up and did it. But I thought I was like, if he does the whole episode, that will be quite a bold, cool move. But which he, once you're exposed like that, you sort of might as well just hang out.
I hate too distracting.
Yeah.
Got to focus on the fabulous backup dancers, costumes, the definitely
Not
real audience.
All that.
We've not even really talked about the audience, how they're trying to make it look like there's a full audience of people and there's about 15 people jammed into one corner.
You see, I'm very familiar with some of them. Like, they're just in their faces so many times. Also, they've got lighting now, so good on them.
They do, like, every now and again, they do like a sweep across the crowd with a light, and it's like it's a very choreographed sweep that it can't go beyond like 2 meters wide and 1 meter back,
I did like it when Reese got out of his seat and went and hugged the monster. It was quite a weird, because they seem to exist in different universes, the stage and the panel.
That's true.
And I'm like, what's the journey to get there?
There's
Feels
one
like
bit-
a 10-minute walk.
There's one bit where you could see the audience's hands waving around like in front of the judging panel. And I was like, have they put that in post? Have they like superimposed hands?
I don't know.
Because it didn't feel like they're sitting in front of the judging panel.
No,
It sounds like they're if you're looking at the judging panel, like they're to the right of them, aren't
Yeah,
I just want a floor plan, you know?
But I feel like nothing would surprise me about the show. Like, it could be that the judges were never in the same room. You know, like there's nothing. It all, like, it's all so CGI, but it turns out that nothing matters.
No.
It's because it's fine.
Yeah. Medusa sang "Wake Me Up Before You Go."
Terrible.
What?
I'm just reviewing the songs now.
Oh, okay.
Another bad song. Like, if you're going to do, like, let's just do "Careless Whisper" if we're going down that path.
Joe Cotton, massive George Michael fan.
Is it?
Yeah. So that was we knew it was her. So, I mean, again, I'm just talking about clues that we know will lead to the same place. She got married on the telly, on that TV show, which, by the way, I think we should bring back.
What TV show?
It was one where they just went, like, they did people, like, follow people as they were getting married on their wedding day and stuff. And they went to different weddings.
God.
And she was one of them. They followed them a little bit of the lead up and then on the big day.
Wow.
I don't know what the "Am I Really Famous? I Would Consider Myself to Be Average" thing was about, but...
Well, I mean, I guess she's not. What's she currently up to? She on the radio or
She's on
something?
the radio, yeah. But it feels like it's referencing something in particular. Anyway, other guesses were Kaylee, Lisa Chappell, Laura Daniel, and Megan Mansell, a.k.a. Megan Anea.
Yeah. Is that her name?
She's got married. Something?
Is she related to Cam Mansell from
I don't know.
ZDM?
Don't know.
I thought it was maybe a miss. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Okay, Monster did... Are you...
I've
Sorry.
got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So we're watching these on the... I'm watching these on the links. Were you watching them on the links? I want to know if it's still sponsored by Sultana brand.
Yeah, it will be, surely.
Well, it's just not showing up on the version we're seeing, but they said there's some graphics to be imposed. But... So if listeners, do you want to call in with any information about... It is still?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Hard out.
Cool chat.
The Master Sultana.
Hey, look.
I know. I always do bad chat. Sorry.
I feel like that was a significant part of why I loved the first few episodes, and now that with these,
You need to go back to watching it on demand or as live so that you can enjoy the brand.
I might just buy some Sultana brand and eat it while I watch.
That's the best way.
Delicious.
Effective advertising.
All that
Okay.
roughage.
Monster sang "Return of the Mac." Again, the clues were like I was a naughty kid, caused a riff, left all that behind, had a breakthrough in 2006 at 16. I haven't always been wealthy, but I've always been rich. Guesses were...
and also, he said, it's what I would have said to the young me, which is like
it's a lyric.
It's an obvious bit of all
Is
time.
it a lyric?
It's about, yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Okay.
Smash it single.
No, don't listen to music.
We don't worry about it.
Whoa.
Me,
It's like Kings is here.
Kind of Donald Duck version.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. I mean,
Killed it.
I had children, and the only thing that I listened to were like songs about dinosaurs and the Wiggles, and it was a long, long, dark period of my life.
Jesus.
Guesses were, I think Reese guessed the Cookie Time Monster. There was Julian
Amazing guess.
I love
Dennison in
that.
there.
Yeah. Very funny.
And also staying with it.
Yeah.
James guessed Kings. Pavlova. Pav, who the feck are you? Sang Landslide.
Beautiful.
This is where all the sweet and baking references came in. Bake it till I make it. Sweet success. Go hard or go home. Tonight, I'm sure you'll agree I was keeping it real. Could it be Jax Hamilton?
One Master Chef, right?
And didn't she win with a big old blimmin' Crockenbush or something?
Excuse me?
Profiterole Tower.
Oh.
Like, I think she was quite good at doing sweet treats.
Has she spent time in Australia?
I don't
There was
know.
also that thing of my heart is across the ocean was an early thing that just really bothers me.
Like, my
that
heart's
clue.
in LA, kind of, because I had to leave there for COVID reasons.
Like you?
Yeah,
Oh.
like me. Like me. Back to that.
Again.
Love this.
Interesting.
Go hard or go home back to New Zealand.
The trophy.
Coming home, the award not winning but finalist podcast at the Voyager Media Awards this year. I don't know.
I
Anyway.
love it. I never want to know. I hope the Pav goes right to the end.
I want.
Does the winner not have to reveal who they
you
are?
do.
Oh.
I do want to be. I
You
was
just stay Pav
bitterly disappointed when Pav didn't lose last night, because I want to be surprised.
The people who are losing seem to be like the best singers, and I don't understand how the voting
We
and
talked
judging
about
works.
this last week. They have commitments.
Right.
Well, I assume that's what it is.
Right,
It's all just, I don't know. It's a moot point.
It is a bit of a moot point, isn't it? Thanks, Michael.
Tuatara sang Nobody Else. Great tune. Got it on 7-inch.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it might be worth almost $10. Tuatara says he's an excellent judge of character, leading us to believe being a judge on a show like, I don't know, the New Zealand's Got Talent. Sharon suggested it might be her own husband.
Just bold, almost as bold as you suggesting it might be you.
Yeah, true. Imagine her he's like, I'll just drop you off. I'll drop you off at the studio, lets her out, drives around, gets a park and goes in the other door and kits up in his outfit.
But they did this on the American one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with, what's her name?
Jenny
McCarthy's
McCarthy.
husband was on it for like a couple of episodes and she had no idea.
Genius
Really
move.
Really good.
There was also the guest of Paul Williams, who responsible for some of our stingles on this show, by the way.
Our greatest singles in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, Alex did a good
Colin's
one.
cranny is robbed, but
Wayne's World also. Keeping up with the Hawkesby Hotskins. Jason Kerrison was Lady Six's guest, but then she pivoted and said Joel Shadbolt from
LAB?
LAB.
Was that the one that was the blurriest photo I've ever seen in my life?
Yeah, like the only known photo of him. It was like the Bigfoot.
More importantly, from LAB.
It's just so good.
It's bananas. James.
It feels like a bit like she'll, you know, that weird thing that Dan Carter did about the meat pie sandwich or something after the World Cup final. Remember? Hayden discovered what it was. He was doing this like little in joke for his lads back at Southbridge. Oh. And I feel like she's doing an epic sort of LAB in joke.
It doesn't feel like an in-joke, though. I don't know. There's nothing in the delivery that's like cheeky or winky, you know? It's very earnest.
And every time she says it, it's like it's the first time she's said LAB before. Like, it's not like once again. It's like,
Just thought of a band.
I wonder if it's something LAB.
James guessed KJ Apa, which would have been great, but it's not. It's Jason Kerrison. Sheep sang Turn the Beat Around, mentioned a 10 out of 10 performance, which is a reference to Troy Kingi's 10 out of 10 project, or 10 from 10, or whatever it is. 10 albums, 10 genres, or 10 albums, 10 years, 10 genres.
All of those things.
You can go online and snoop around, but you never catch me out. Don't know what that's a reference to. Do you? You can go online and snoop around, but you'll never catch me out.
No.
Is he
he got
dark on the web?
Has he got something on the internet that... I don't know. Sharon guest Donald from Nesian Mystic, Reese guest Willie Apiata, Lady Six guest Rob Ruha, and James guest Israel Dag. A lot of just, quite frankly, rubbish guesses there. Monster loses, he takes it off, and it's Kings. And James got it. And so did we. The end.
Great to see him. Handsome Kings. Loved him.
Yep.
I'm going to continue to avoid the comments section. I don't want to know who Pav is. I want to either figure it out by myself or I want to be surprised.
So at the moment, your guess is?
Jane Yee or Candy Lane.
Okay. Duncan?
Hayley Sproul.
Oh, we never asked you, did we?
Well, just not worth asking me.
Because she hosted Bake Off. And
I just was like one of the... I mean, the other host from Bake Off's already been,
yeah,
so it has to be the other one.
Yeah, good point.
No, it's not Paula Bennett. I'm trying to think of the other
there were not many
ladies.
There were not many on Bake Off, on Celebrity Bake Off. There were only like 6 contestants all up. Maybe it's Art Green.
I'm sticking with Louise Wallace, but I don't entirely know why.
Real Housewives,
I think they're keeping it real, but I'm confused by all the baking stuff. But maybe it's.
But the keeping it real could just be reality TV.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Jane Yee, Jax Hamilton, Candy Lane, or Asta.
So many
guesses. I know. One of them's got to be right. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Duncan. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks to the Cornies. And thank you to the spin-off members. We will be back next week.
Thank you, Jane.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-Off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-Off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.